My name is Bob Green, incidentally.
My name is Yoshida. Bob is the secretary to the Sister City Organization, San Jose-Okayama Sister City Organization. Unfortunately, this year we had to cancel the youth ambassador trip, so we'd like to explain what's going on and also like to introduce you more about the Sister City Organization so that you understand our organization better and introduce you to another opportunity to supplement the opportunity you have lost. However, you're all welcome to go next year. Those of you who are selected this year, you don't have to reapply. You can just automatically go next year, and hopefully next year things would get better.
What flower is this?
Peach. We chose peach blossom as a background because
Well, how many of you have lived in San Jose area or Silicon Valley all your life? Wow. This used to be a farming place. When I moved here in 1972, the town by Great America was all farming. Everything was all farming in this area. And San Jose back in the 50s was exclusively a farming economy. A lot of fruit and vegetables, a lot of fruit, walnuts, some tomato, and so on. Okayama, Japan, is the sister city. I'll talk about that in a little bit. But the Okayama size was a little bit bigger than San Jose, and they also are centered around agriculture at the time, still quite a bit. And they have a very famous story in Japan about an old retired couple, and they found a peach pit, the seed of a peach in the river, and it turned out that a boy hatched from that. And the idea of the peaches in that area was because there are a lot of peach orchards, and that was a good organization. So when we talk about Okayama, we think about the peach boy, Momotaro. And if you go to downtown San Jose, behind the Center for Performing Arts, which is the Center for Performing Arts is on Mission Street, and at the intersection of San Carlos, there's a walkway along the river, and there's a statue of Momotaro. You can see he's got some animals and a sword. He used to have two swords because all Japanese warriors carried two swords, but somebody broke one off last year, so that only has one sword. So that's why we chose the peach. So if you don't mind, again, I'd like to introduce the Sister City aspect of this. I have a sequence of photos that are kind of in the movie that we can show you some pictures about what's going on in the organization. We're the third oldest Sister City organization in the world. We started in 1957. The first two were in late 1956. So we have about 53 years next month.
Are you the oldest in the United States?
In the United States, I don't know.
That's what I was told.
I won't argue because I don't know. And what is Sister City? Did any of you guys belong to a Sister City group at all? You know what Sister Cities are about? They're about people. In 1956, we had a president named Dwight Eisenhower. He was a general from the war, of World War II. And he looked at how businesses interact together, how their relationships come and go. And he looked at how countries' relationships come and go. Especially look at the United States. We have a lot of friends who suddenly aren't friends anymore, or enemies who suddenly become friends based on convenience. But when he looked at it, he said, when people make friends, you kind of stay friends forever, especially if you can keep in touch. So Sister Cities is about people-to-people relationships, and that's how we refer to it.
I'm sorry.
We've had, through many years, we've had student exchange programs. We used to invite college students from Okayama, Japan, to come to San Jose State. At the time, the city of San Jose and the State University were able to offer a special deal where we could afford to pay their tuition. Those days are long gone of being able to afford the tuition. but still some students come to this valley. We have one girl right now who is going to Dianza and planning to transfer to San Jose State. She's from Okayama Prefecture. Prefecture means state. It's really funny if you're used to living in the U.S. You know, we have Cupertino, and outside of Cupertino is the county. There's nobody. But in Japan, all the cities all touch boundaries. Okay, so, but those cities are within a state, just like we have in the United States. There are 47. And 47, they call them prefectures. You can think of them as states. And a couple of the prefectures have the same name as this one of the cities in there. Okayama is one of those. Okayama is our sister city. The city of Okayama is in the Okayama Prefecture. And recently they joined together a bunch of small communities and it kind of grew bigger, so it's now has some kind of special administrative thing. Can you see from there okay? You okay?
Not yet.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Can you see? It's kind of
Yeah, but very clear.
Actually, not much anymore. So let me talk to you right now, because what we did in the past over the last 50 years, I've only been associated with for 10 years or so, and right now I'm serving as the Secretary and Treasurer. I have had the opportunity to go on the 40th anniversary trip from California to Okayama, and the 50th anniversary. And some of you may have paid attention a few years ago, 4 years ago, a 747 landed at San Jose Banana Airport, which you're thinking of calling the San Jose Silicon Valley Banana International Airport. I understand. They can't take off from there with a load of passengers or enough fuel to get to Japan, but they brought 300 people. Came over 120 youth and the rest adults. They came here, they had homestays, they gave performances and so on. The youth are really kind of an important thing in our view. Because if you're going to generate friends, you don't have a bunch of old guys make friends, have a bunch of young guys make friends. So there'll be more friendship in the world for a longer time, I guess. So, and some of the schools or some of the organizations are having exchanges. Our exchange that we planned this year was having homestays in the city of Okayama. There's one particular high school that sent their jazz orchestra. The orchestra is rated #2 in the whole country of Japan. For their performance, they came here and performed for us at Harker High School, and also gave a performance at Santa Clara University. So they invited the people coming on this trip to stay at their home. And we'll get back to that. Sadly, we're going to postpone this trip. So our sister city group right now is kind of small. The interest about international things is kind of lost on people in this valley. There's so many international people everywhere. There's people from Taiwan, and Korea, Japan. There's still a few Japanese people there. My wife is from Japan. There's a word in Japan called omiyage, which means the gift that you bring back home. She's my omiyage from Japan, I guess. So our youth, we're going to talk about, Dr. Shida will talk a little bit about youth advisory board. We want to build up our youth presence. So for instance, we have a Facebook page, but it's not public because we want the youth to be able to use it. They're more comfortable thinking of good ways to use this stuff. Some of us are not so creative about it. And so our outreach this year was to youth and to create the higher energy level in our organization. So, what should we next?
I'd like to show you the map of Japan so that you know where Okayama is and how actually remote that is from the area that was affected by the earthquake. The earthquake hit the Tohoku region, this area. Sendai is where it's really hit. And Okayama is right here. So you see how far it is, but it's close to Hiroshima, because Hiroshima is right here. Okay.
I put a circle on Kyoto.
Yeah, so Kyoto is here, and Tokyo is here. So the tsunami hit all the way to here, but since Kobe and Okayama is inland sea, there's a sea here, it's not going to hit. Even during the earthquake in Kobe in 1995, there was no tsunami. I was there when the earthquake hit. 90% of the houses around my place was damaged, but there was no tsunami. It was so it's in terms of that, it's safe. And next one is, this is all in Japanese, but I think you can read. So this is the Tohoku area. This is where the plant is. Nuclear plant is Fukushima, and Okayama is right here. Hiroshima being here. So it's safe. However, because the damage in this area is so severe that we don't have enough food supply right now in Japan, nobody can get bottled water anymore anywhere in Japan. So that's one of the major reasons we decided to postpone the trip, because people in Japan suffer from the shortage of supplies. So us going there put extra pressure for that.
I talked with someone from the city of Okayama 2 days ago, and we were discussing that we're not going to have the trip, and they expressed disappointment, but also kind of relief, because it's a big deal when a big group of people comes to the Japanese community. We put a lot of effort and resources in it. They don't have enough gas. Gas is rationed to 10 liters. 10 liters, not very much gas. One of my clients from the Tokyo area went to visit his parents' house in Yamagata, and he's stuck there. He can't get enough gas to drive home. He can't even get enough gas to drive to the closest airport. It's really tough, and there's no short-term solution to this problem.
Yeah, and at first, our plan, when the earthquake hit, since Okayama is so remote from this area, our plan was to continue a trip within this region and not hit Tokyo. However, after this nuclear accident and whatnot, people are evacuating to this area, to safer area. So getting hotels is getting difficult as well. So I hope you understand why that needs to be postponed.
So we're optimistic. I'm optimistic that next year we'll have some better opportunity.
So this is what we call prefecture. Prefecture is a remnant of, because Japan was a feudal state. Each prefecture represents each feudal state that was ruled by different.
This is recently 50th anniversary.
Famous Japanese garden. That's right.
Yeah, actually not in this picture, but this was mentioned. This is Okayama. This right here is the Japanese writing from San Jose. They write it not in the Chinese or Japanese kanji, but they write it in characters, but they write it in a sort of like this. And instead of saying San Jose, they say San Jose. Very interesting for San Jose, Costa Rica, which is also a sister city to San Jose, California. They use San Jose. There is a character for hope. It's this one right here. I have two little dots here, makes it both. This is my name, Bob.
You have to be able to spell this next year before you go.
There's a very famous company in Okayama that's basically the bus company. And they also have a trolley company. And this one they call Kuro. Kuro is the word for black. They have here San Jose City flag and Okayama flag. Inside there are pictures hanging. It's decorated. It's quite an old one. It's something brought out of retirement. And so some of these pictures, which I know you can't see, but I wanted just to tell you about that. This was operating in the street. I'm sorry. No. This was operating in the street for about a month around there. And so this one talks about students coming from the U.S. to study in Japan. They also had Japanese students going to the U.S. This happened to be our group that we're traveling with. This castle is called the Black Castle. It's over 400 years old. Here they're planting a redwood tree that was donated in the U.S. by San Jose City to the city of Okayama, and the redwood tree is planted in front of their city hall. I don't know if they know how big it's going to get. This is an art art show of an American artist, actually somebody who was in our Sister City group, and that family was the first family to go over to Japan after the Sister City group. That woman died, but there was a big turnout for this art show. So this year we were there. We were started in 1957. So our 50th anniversary was in 1997. I'm sorry, 2007. And in 2008 we went over there. That's actually before the year was over. Nobody wanted to have two parties at the same time. Okay. This was the 1957. We'll ask. You're from Japan, right? You're from Japan. You know all the Japanese history, right? So I'm going to ask a history question here, see if you know what. So these pictures are. This is the opening ceremony in San Jose in 1957 in the Rose Garden. If you know where the Rose Garden is, not the Rose Garden by the airport now, but the Rose Garden district is one big park. This is the same, the equivalent celebration in Japan. So we're starting off with it. This one is some Japanese students. You tell us in there what's the age there that we're in these, maybe in the 70s, I guess. According to the state, 70s. This is an American teacher in Japan teaching English. I got to meet quite a few American English teachers while I lived in Japan. Maybe none of them were this age. And so this is the first public school in the world. In Okayama area. It's in the hills. So this is outside of it. It's 1645. Ikeda started this school. Before, the only people who studied were very high level people. He decided he wanted to educate other youth. So it's very cool that this is nearby. These are my pictures, so you'll see me here and there. But this is kind of symbolizing what I'm talking about. This woman has hosted 34 students at her home during the years. Some for long periods of time, some for short. Their Okayama area has quite a few different kinds of industries. One industry that goes back hundreds and hundreds of years is that of pottery. It's called Bizen Yaki. That area used to be called Bizen. Yaki means make things. It's by making pottery.
That's part of your trip to go there and make pottery.
Bizen Yaki it's my favorite. It has a really wonderful earth tone, kind of a shiny but earthy glaze that they usually use. It's not fully shiny like porcelain or some Chinese ones, but it's comfortable to hold it. Another thing they have is the world's largest or second largest propeller plant for ships. Where they're making propellers where one blade is the size of this room, and they have 3 blades there, sometimes 4 blades. They also have quarries in the area, especially out in the bay, in the water. You show the sea in front of the inland sea. So we were taking some ferry out to this thing they call Hiroshima, or Dog Island. And the story about the dog is that sometimes when there's a big typhoon, some ship was lost in a big storm, and they could hear a dog barking, and they came to this island and saved themselves. So that's a quarry where they did the kind of granite. And the stones from there are the ones that were used to build Osaka Castle. Osaka is the second largest city in Japan. Third largest city, I guess. And here's some musicians, junior high school, and actually one of these violinists, I think was like 11 years old, comes playing in this orchestra here in San Jose, or in San Jose. Here there's two of the people that we sent to Japan. This guy is in the school district, maybe associated with here now. He's kind of an executive, John Lozano, and he went over there to share information, skills that he had, learning skills from there from the teachers that we sent him over there for about a month. This is an architect they sent over there, and we have some other pictures of him there. I can. This down goes on and on, over and over again. the Black Castle, city of Okayama. Some shopping center decorated for a festival. They carry these shikoshi, these things on the shoulder like that, and they have crashing together once. They just, it's crazy. In this size, and they crash them together. One of the really long bridges spans across that sea that you step, and it costs about $50 to, actually, no, at the end it's about $65 to drive across. We're meeting with the mayor, architect, looking at different. Here in San Jose, we have a really nice Japanese garden at Kelly Park. They have a tea room, and they're going to remodel a tea room here shortly. I'm ready to eat pizza. So. This is I'm not sure, this is a thing that's coming up May 1st, downtown not downtown, Japantown, San Jose. We'll be selling gyoza, raising money. We'd love to have anybody who has some time on that Sunday to donate a couple of hours to help us sell it. One of the girls from Notre Dame High School in downtown San Jose spent one semester at school, high school. It was quite an adventure. She didn't know how to speak Japanese. She didn't like Japan, but she was forced to go over there with her parents on a vacation and met a girl about her age, and they both loved manga. The animation characters. And though neither one could speak the other's language, Becky came back and decided she was going to go. And she talked her school, she told her school about near Okayama, there's a sister, another high school that's kind of in the same organizational chain as their Catholic organization. And she couldn't take Japanese classes anywhere at night. Finally, she found her dad talked West Valley College into letting her go. She was a freshman in high school, letting her go to take Japanese lessons. And she went over there, survived, had a good time. Won a contest, Japanese language for foreigners contest while she was there. This is the rear gate. It was donated. That was the architect who designed this gate. The labor was donated. The city pays for it, but the design came from Japan. They were making gyoza. Now we don't make it so elaborately.
What is elaborate gyoza?
Well, we used to.
Gyoza is pot stickers.
Yeah, we used to make the pot stickers, and then we started buying the pot stickers and cooking them in oil, and now we cook them on a grill. It's much better. This is. Would you talk a little bit about?
So, as you can see, Okayama is not a big city like Tokyo, but it has a concentrated, there's high-tech company, agriculture, high education, academics, there's a university there, research is going on, so everything is concentrated there. That's why I think it's a good opportunity for you to go and see and be exposed to different things.